Yeah, it's better.
What else you got?
Well, this one's. You ready for this?
Sure, let's do it.
Come on, Superman fan.
Let's do it.
Superman fan.
Uh-oh.
Matthew Vaughn has been talking, and he was rumored to direct Man of Steel 2. That's true. Cool. He was attached. He was going to work on it. But before Zack Snyder did his, Vaughn was working on a trilogy of Superman movies. And this is what's crazy, is that he was going to keep Superman on Krypton, and Superman was going to get a little bit older. Superman was going to become somewhat Superman, aware of Earth before Krypton. So he was going to bypass some of the raising of Clark Kent on the farm in Kansas. And that was going to be his take on Superman, which I found very, very fascinating.
Yeah, me too.
This is great from our friends at Slash Film. They got this. It was a Polygon interview with Matthew Vaughn. Vaughn revealed that the first film in the proposed trilogy was meant to take place almost entirely on Krypton and focus on Jor-El and the impending explosion of Krypton. Though the alien planet would still face destruction, Vaughn and Miller's take would have, and Mark Miller was writing the book, the movies.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn.
Vaughn and Miller's take would have the event take place much later in the timeline, allowing Superman to grow up on his home planet and gradually become familiar with Earth, maturing into an adult before having to reckon with his loyalty to both planets.
Well, that messes with the foundation of the mythology
Yeah.
because he is an alien sent from his parents to be saved in this planet and has to be like figure out how to live amongst these people.
Well,
now
it's always been the Jesus thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's an adult choice if you go this for
But
him
I-
to go to Earth to be the hero.
How old
of
is he
Earth.
though? Even
But
so,
it's but I just think like Riley says it's fascinating to me because it's kind of like if you read Superman Red Sun, right?
Right.
It's just like an entirely different like what would have happened if Superman
It landed the Soviet Union.
exactly right. Like and in this case it's like would he still make the same choices, right? Whereas like we saw in Man of Steel, which some people didn't like but I loved, that he chose humans over his people, right?
Yeah.
Because he realized that the aliens were coming to invade the planet, right?
Right.
So in this case, he would be the alien, sort of helping invade the planet. So I don't know. It's I think it's an interesting take.
Well, he refers to himself as an Earthling, basically. He
Yeah.
knows that he was raised there, and he's that's how he's felt. But it's funny because I love Matthew Vaughn, and there's two sides of it for me. I think there's part of it that it's like, hey, he's trying something new, so we don't do the same thing again and again and again. But I kind of lean more towards what you initially said there, John, was just like that's the foundation of what makes Superman Superman.
Yeah.
You just kind of take that away a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, you could. I don't mind the idea of the first movie out of the trilogy being all about Jor-El and leading up, and the end being when Superman takes off.
And just being in
That's
Krypton.
what I would like.
That would
Just
be cool.
living in Krypton for like an hour and a half, that'd be awesome.
Right, because they have that series, but I've never
Krypton.
watched it.
Yeah, yeah.
I never
Did
watched
you
it.
guys see it?
Multiple generations. Yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Didn't love it.
Yeah, it did. I
like it?
I don't know.
I think it's good. I think it got better as it went along.
That's what I
And the
heard.
second season is, I think it's coming up or has come out recently. And
Is it on Sci-Fi?
Yeah, Sci-Fi. We're
And
gonna have
Lobo's
some of
gonna
the
be in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we're
Who
gonna have
is it?
some of the actors.
Lobo.
Lobo's character.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We need a Lobo movie.
That's what they were trying forever. I remember Rock was up for it at one point too. That was a long time
And
ago.
Jason Momoa, I
That's
think
interesting.
everybody was saying.
If you remove Smallville and you remove Ma and Pa Kent, then you remove the kind of Norman Rockwell foundation of Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And if you make him more world weary so that he's intentionally putting on the Clark Kent character in a way from a different place, I just wonder emotionally. I mean, I just wonder about
It's kind
that.
of but it's a moot point now, right? Because what
Right.
are they doing with it now? Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
And every time
Unless they revisit it in the future.
this,
no.
yeah, he said, and Matthew Vaughn said I was going to incorporate some of the ideas into Man of Steel 2 because he did go in to talk about Man of Steel 2 and was interested in it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't get a Man of Steel 2 off the ground.
I
You know,
don't know
everybody
either,
knows me.
Mark.
I'm going to
Damn
be
it.
yelling and screaming about this. But then
Same.
he ends the interview with saying, look, if they want to do Man of Steel 2, give me a call. It would be hard to say no.
Yeah.
Like, Matthew Vaughn wants to do this.
Well, remember also
Just have him do it. He's good.
this is funny because this is such a deviation away from the Superman mythology. What you're just saying, J.J. Abrams.
Yeah,
his script,
I was gonna bring that up.
Right, his script was pretty, for the most part, I would say 95% like traditional Superman, and it was a crazy script. I remember reading it years ago, and then at the end, turns out like Lex Luthor is a Kryptonian,
and
that was-
Krypton is still
that's
around.
still around.
Right,
So
right.
that was the change. I think. I mean, that was, and people lost their minds like in a bad way on that, right? That is like minuscule compared to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
So, but since we already have a Christopher Reeve Superman, right? Like, I think it's cool to make different stories that aren't necessarily like the mythology of the character. You know, like you can have different adaptations, like a Brightburn,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, but it's tricky with Superman Clark Kent because everybody's so. I mean, that's you brought up some of the ideas when he's Clark Kent because of his raising on Kansas and Ma and Pa Kent, and that the persona he puts on is Superman. But
Right.
inherently, he's Clark Kent. With this idea, I feel like you spin that. He's inherently Superman, and then he puts on the disguise, and he's not Clark Kent, and he's acting. I don't know. It just feels different. So, as a hardcore Superman, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'd be open to that. I might be one of those people on the internet go, no, that's not my Superman, and I'd be upset.
And you would sound like Sean Connery.
That's not my Superman.
Well, you go
Can you
macro
believe
to-
this shit, Indiana? Can't believe they're doing this with my Superman.
Dude, have them in your
pretty
sights. You go from macro
Fucking
to micro
assholes.
with this stuff too, right? Because if you go, well, he's supposed to represent the best of us as humans, and if you go micro, the best of this, what used to be the best of this country, America.
Yeah.
So like there is all this stuff weaved into Superman and lore of mythology that's kind of subtly running through it. That if you remove that, I wonder what you have in the long run. Didn't Kevin Smith write one too? And that was pretty
think so.
controversial, where him and Lex Luthor were going at it as well in a way that was like they had equal powers.
Yeah, I mean,
that kind of
I thought
thing.
that was a JJ one. But
Oh, maybe it was.
Yeah, that was the JJ
yeah.
one.
Okay.
This just for me, it feels like people don't know how to tackle Superman, so they're trying to reinvent it to kind of give it something that they can go on.
I wish someone would just adapt Mark Waid's Birthright.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
You
good
know,
one.
because that's
Yeah.
I think that's
All-Star
one of
Superman, I love.
Yeah, I know. Or just have Grant Morrison write.